right. So, oh, I did not give you papers. That's important. My bad, y'all. Please go ahead and go on. I don't know if I published the. I was looking at it. Hold on. All right, go on to Canvas. You might have to refresh the page. And then go ahead and pull up the Google Slides. I'm going to go to slide 56 once you get there. If you don't want to pull it up right now, that is fine. It might take a minute or two.
Slide 56.
Slide 56, yes. Give me a thumbs up when you're there. Armani, you don't have to be on your iPad right at this moment because I'm also going to have it up here so you can just follow along. Whoever's coming, please stop. Okay, so these are the end products of what we want. It says a piece of construction paper. You just have a white piece of paper. That way you can add whatever colors you want to it. Now, this is the first step. So what you're doing is you're taking your paper long ways. You're going to fold it. Pick one of the corners, it doesn't matter, but take your corner, fold it down. To where it is not all the way to the bottom, but it's flush with the side. And you get this. All right, so once you have this, hold it up. All right, now to help us out a little bit with this bottom piece to cut it off, what I recommend you do is, again, fold it so that it's along the bottom of your triangle, and that way you have a line to cut on. So then, once you've done that, go ahead and cut that piece off. And then once you've cut the piece off, fold your triangle up again. Fold your triangle up so that I know, so that I can, so I don't go too fast, but I'm also not wasting your time either. Okay, next you're going to open up your triangle, so now you're essentially looking at your square. You're going to fold the opposite corners down so that that first fold that you made is now going up the middle of your triangle. So when you open it up, you now have 4 triangles on your piece of paper. Again, so you're folding it so that this original fold is in the middle, and when you open it, you have 4 triangles. So go ahead and open it when you're done. you're too nice. I'd just let them struggle. That's true. It's a double-edged sword. Part of the struggle is extremely entertaining, but the whining, not so much. Okay, yeah. Got you. Good decision. All right, so now you are picking whichever one you would like to pick, and you're just going to cut one of these slants up to the middle. And if you're not sure, you're gonna just pick one, like I said, and you're just going to cut from the corner to the middle. Stop in the middle though, do not cut any more past the middle. So now, you kind of have like legs.
A broken kite.
Kind of. And then take just a pencil, doesn't matter, and one of these two sides that you cut, you're gonna put an X on it. So just make an X that stands out a little bit. And that way you know that this is the one you are not going to use. So you have 1, 2, 3 sides of your pyramid, because ultimately, when you're done with your pyramid, that side is going to be folded under, and that's how you make your pyramid. But obviously, we're not doing this today because it'd be really hard to draw on your pyramid. So again, make an X so you know which one you're not writing on. Okay, from here, this is where the ruler is gonna come in, and you're not gonna do this, we're gonna go through the rest of the slides, and then you're gonna start working. But you need to make sure you have four lines on each side, because you have 4 things that you're gonna have to add. Make sure you show a different food chain on each side of your pyramid as well. You cannot do the snake, frog, grasshopper, grass for every side. Okay, it's got to be a different type of biome, a different type of food chain for every single side. So this key thing right here says, use 3 different ecosystems for your food chains. You also need to make sure that you use these 4 words. So you need to have your producer label, which part. You need to have the primary, secondary, and the top consumer. So that is essentially first, second, third, fourth. That is the way it should be. You have to have that labeled on each side. If you don't, you will lose points. Then you also need to show your energy, the loss of energy. So this is why you have access to this PowerPoint, because everything you need to do is right here. Does that make sense? So it's showing you 100%, 10%, 1%, 10%. And then these are the words. Make sure that you use them. And again, the requirements, you have to have at least 3 levels. Use the words in red. Label your animals so I know what they are. Because as good as we are at drawing, yeah, I just need to make sure I know what your animal is supposed to be. Not that I'm not gonna be able to, yeah, okay. And then make sure you use 3 different sides and you show that energy loss. Okay, are there any questions with what you're doing? Why is that pencil on your paper already? Yes, sir.
Are we able to Google what the animals look like if we don't know what they fully look like?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely use Google to look up food chains and look up the biomes, because like I said, you're not doing a tropical rainforest on every side. You're doing a tropical rainforest, the Antarctic, the tundra, whatever. But you have to have 3 different biomes and 3 different food chains. Okay? Yes.
Do we need to label the biomes?
I would like you to, like, even if it's just like on the side somewhere, I would like to know what biome you picked. Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Obvious question. So we get to choose the biome.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to choose whatever. I think there's like 6 or 8 biomes to choose from. So there's a lot, yeah.
Based on what Joe said, are we allowed to, the side that we're not using, can we put the biome on the bottom, like underneath, so if you like look on top or under it?
I would prefer it just to be somewhere on the front. Does that make sense? Even if it's just written like small at the top. I would prefer it to be on the top side that we're gonna be able to see. Okay? All right, any other questions? All right, so you have today, the remainder of today, and you have tomorrow. Today's Thursday, and I have you guys for intervention, so those of you who are finished with your quiz, you can definitely be working on this as well. Please add color. I don't know why I see people writing. Please make sure you have color on there. Please make sure you're going through these slides that we just went through and having all of the information needed, because if you're missing a part, you're going to lose points. This is the first grade for the fourth 9 weeks for science. This is not going on the third 9 weeks. This is the fourth 9 weeks for science. So, do you want to start out with a 100, or do you want to start out with a 70 or an 80?
100.
So,
What?
I'm gonna act like I did not hear that. So take your time, make it neat as you can. All right, get started.